Keshav was a man possessed, not by demons but by memories. Memories of Zara. Her laughter echoed in his ears, her scent lingered in his thoughts. Their love story, cut short, played on repeat in his mind. He couldn't escape. Zara was gone, but her absence was a heavy presence in Keshav's life. He saw her face in every crowd, heard her voice in every breeze. His heart ached with a constant dull pain. It had been months since their last encounter, but the wound felt fresh, raw. He couldn't believe it was over. How could something so intense, so consuming, simply vanish? He clung to the hope of seeing her again, of hearing her voice, of feeling her touch. But hope was a cruel mistress, offering false promises of a future that would never be. Keshav and Zara's love was the kind poets wrote about. A whirlwind of emotions, stolen glances and secret meetings. They came from different worlds. He, a Hindu boy, she, a Muslim girl. Their families, separated by generations of prejudice and misunderstanding. Their love was forbidden, a dangerous dance on the edge of societal norms. They met in secret, stealing moments of happiness in a world determined to keep them apart. Their love was a rebellion, a silent protest against the walls that divided them. But love, no matter how fierce, couldn't conquer all. The weight of their family's disapproval, the constant fear of discovery, and the looming threat of social ostracization became too much to bear. Their love story, once a beacon of hope, began to crumble under the immense pressure. Keshav was drowning in the despair of losing Zara. He sought solace at the bottom of a whiskey bottle, each swig a futile attempt to numb the pain, to erase the memories that haunted his waking hours and invaded his dreams. He tried to reach out to Zara. Countless texts sent into the void, phone calls that rang unanswered. Each unanswered message, each missed call, chipped away at his sanity, leaving him more broken than before. The silence was deafening. It screamed of her rejection, of her acceptance of a life without him. His heart, once brimming with love, now overflowed with a toxic cocktail of despair, anger and self-pity. He had become a ghost, haunting the remnants of their love story. The date was etched in his memory. March 24th, Zara's birthday. A day that brought a fresh wave of pain, a stark reminder of his loss. He spent the day in a haze of whiskey and self-pity, his phone clutched in his hand, a silent prayer for her message. A message that never came. As the clock ticked past midnight, Keshav resigned himself to another night of misery. Just as he was about to surrender to the comforting embrace of oblivion, his phone buzzed. A message from Zara flashed on the screen. His heart leaped. It was a lifeline thrown into the depths of his despair. The message was short, cryptic, but it was enough. Zara wanted to see him. Hope, dormant for so long, flickered back to life within him. He had to see her. Driven by a desperate hope, Keshav stumbled out into the night. He hailed a cab, his mind racing. He knew where to go. St. Stella's hostel, Zara's residence. They weren't allowed there, boys, especially Hindu boys. But rules meant nothing in the face of love, or in this case, a desperate yearning for closure. The familiar silhouette of the hostel loomed before him. He snuck past the sleeping security guard, adrenaline coursing through his veins. He made his way to the back, to their spot. The old mango tree, their silent accomplice in countless clandestine meetings. He began to climb. Each branch he scaled brought him closer to Zara, closer to an explanation, closer to some semblance of peace. He reached their branch, the one outside her window, room 105. The window was ajar. He peered inside, his heart pounding in his chest. What he saw would forever change his life. The sight that greeted Keshav was not the one he expected. The room, usually filled with Zara's vibrant energy, was shrouded in an eerie silence. The air hung heavy with a metallic scent that sent a shiver down his spine. And then he saw her, Zara, lying on the floor, her body still, her eyes vacant. Her once vibrant face, now pale and lifeless. Blood pooled around her, staining the pristine white sheets crimson. The world spun. Nausea rose in his throat. This wasn't happening. This couldn't be happening. Zara, his Zara, couldn't be gone. Not like this. Keshav stood frozen, his mind struggling to reconcile the image before him with the hope that had brought him here. The message. The open window. It wasn't an invitation. It was a cry for help. A cry silenced by a cruel hand. He was no longer a heartbroken lover seeking closure. He was now an unwilling participant in a macabre mystery. His Zara, his bubbly, full of life Zara, was gone, and he was determined to find out why. The love he felt for her morphed into a burning desire for justice. He would find her killer. He would avenge her death. He owed her that much. Keshav's journey for answers led him down a rabbit hole of secrets and lies. He discovered a side to Zara's life he never knew existed. Dark secrets, dangerous liaisons, and a past that refused to stay buried. He delved deep into her world, unearthing truths that some would kill to keep hidden. Every clue he uncovered, every secret he exposed, brought him closer to the truth behind Zara's murder. He realized that his love for Zara had blinded him. He had constructed an image of her that was incomplete, naive. The real Zara, the one he was getting to know in death, was more complex, more troubled, and ultimately more tragic. As Keshav pieced together the puzzle of Zara's life, he stumbled upon a truth so shocking, so deeply buried, that it shattered everything he thought he knew. The past, it seemed, had a way of catching up, no matter how desperately one tried to outrun it. Zara's death wasn't a random act of violence. It was a consequence of choices made, secrets kept, and a past that refused to stay buried. It was a stark reminder that love, even in its purest form, couldn't erase the shadows that clung to us all. His journey had taken him from the depths of despair to the heart of a mystery. He had sought closure, but found something far greater, a truth that transcended love, loss, and even death itself.